up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. One thing I want to say, like right off the bat, if you guys hear an obnoxious like beep beep, that is me. That is my smoke detector in this room. It is dying, and I haven't had a chance to like go up there and change the battery in it, so it does go off like every like 30 seconds to a minute ish. So yeah, I do apologize if that is annoying to you guys, but that is the beeping coming from up there. I just wanted to say that now. So for today's video, I really wanted to share with you guys my go-to makeup brushes for my face. These are brushes that I literally use every single day, no matter what kind of look I'm doing. I use all of these brushes. I chose to do just my face brushes today because number one, if I were to do eye brushes, I would literally be here forever because that would be like a million brushes. But also because I'm like an average person. I don't do eyeshadow every day like today. I don't have eyeshadow on. I don't have the time to do it every day. Like I work, I have things I need to do like on my days off, so I don't really have time to really spend doing eyeshadow unless like I really actually have the time or I'm actually going to do something. So that is why I'm only doing my face brushes today. So yeah, so if you guys are interested to see, if you guys do want to see a video about my go-to eye brushes, I will do that. Just give this video a thumbs up and I will for sure do that for you guys. But yeah, so if you guys are interested to see what my go-to face brushes are, then keep watching. The first brush I want to talk about is literally like my go-to brush. I could not live without this brush. I love this brush. I love this brush. Oh my god, blush and brush are like so close together that every time, it's like such a tongue twister for me. But anyways, this is my go-to brush. I use this brush every single day for multiple different things. This is the Morphe and Jaclyn JH06 brush, and it looks like this. It's very like loose and just like a very like flimsy brush. It's not very dense or anything like that. I love this because I love if I have to like dust any powder off my face. Like, you know how sometimes when you set your face with powder, you have like excess powder everywhere, or if you like put highlight on, you have like highlight all over your face. I love this because I just go like this and I brush it all away, and it's such a great brush. I will use it sometimes if I need to like smooth out like my contour, or if I really just want to like dab my blush on my cheeks and like have a very light hand with it, I will go in with this brush. I love this brush. It can be used for so many different things. I just think the shape and just the way like it's very like, not flimsy, but it's not dense at all. It's just very like loose. You can do so many different things with it, and I swear this brush literally saves my life. I love it. Another brush that I literally cannot live without. This is such a go-to brush for me. This is another Morphe and Jaclyn brush. A lot of these brushes happen to be Morphe and Jaclyn, just because I do really love the collection. So I would say about half of these brushes are from that collection. But anyways, this is the JH07 brush. This is what it looks like. I love this brush. I love it because it literally gets right in like underneath my under eye, which is exactly where I need it to. I love it. I love wiping away my bake with it. What I do is like I just kind of like look up and I dab like this, and I kind of push the bake into my skin as well as like get rid of it. I love it for bringing like powder down my nose if I need to like powder around my nose. If I'm going out, I will definitely throw this in my bag with like a compact. If I need to touch up throughout the night, I will have this brush and I will just use it underneath my eyes, around my nose, on my chin, wherever I need any type of touch up. This brush is amazing, and it's like not too big, but it's like the perfect size because it literally gets right underneath your eye. You know what I mean? Which is like what I love. I love brushes like this, and this has just been my go-to since I got this collection, and I use it every single freaking day. Brush I use all the time. I use this for so many different things. This is the Morphe M427 brush. Looks like this. It is a duo fiber brush. This brush is great for like blending out any kind of cream product. I really like it for cream bronzer, like around my head and right in my underneath my cheek. I love it for that. But lately I have been using it for powdered bronzers. If I want more of like a precise bronzer, but I don't want too much of like a sharp like contour, I will go in with this brush, and I will just put it right on the tip of it and just go very, very lightly right in like the hollows of my cheeks to really give that like nice contour without it looking like too harsh or too intense. I really like this. I do also use it around my nose to put some bronzer on my nose to make it like contoured, you know what I mean? I will use it underneath here to kind of like carve out my my chin to make it look, you know, more sharp. I really like this brush. My favorite thing to use it for sure is the cream products. I think it is a great brush. I think everybody needs a good duo fiber brush in their collection, and this just happens to be my favorite one. So yes, another bronzer brush. This is the Morphe M405. This is what it looks like. Mine is like kind of destroyed because I'm really like rough with it. But this is another brush that I use for bronzer. This is for like my regular powdered bronzer. So when I'm done with like my cream bronzing and whatever, and I set my face, I will use this brush to go in to bronze up my skin. And I love this brush because it's packed but not too dense where it's going to pick up a lot of product and like put a lot on your face at once, you know what I mean? This brush doesn't do that. This brush is very flexible. I don't really know how to what to call it. It's just such a great brush because it gets right in there, and it really, like, I used it today for my bronzer, and it just really gets right in the hollows of your cheeks, just like this brush does. And it's just such a good brush. And I like the shape of it because on my forehead I will just kind of take it and like tap, you know what I mean? I won't really go back and forth with it. I love it for like the tapping motion too. It's just such a perfect shape. I love this brush. Up next is another Morphe and Jaclyn brush. This is the JH09 brush. This is the highlighting brush that they came out with. I really love this brush. I use it all the frigging time. It definitely is one of my go-to highlighting brushes. I have two. I'll talk about the other one next. But yeah, this is so good. I know a lot of people don't like these type of brushes because they feel like it really packs on the highlight like kind of like a stripe and doesn't really give it like a natural looking effect. But I feel like, yes, it does do that, but I feel like you can really blend it out really good and not have that issue with this brush. So I do like it, especially if I really want to intensify my highlight. I will go in with this brush and just go right along right here and really intensify it. And then I will take this brush if I feel like it's too much, and I will just go and like blend out any excess that there is. The next highlighting brush is a classic. I feel like this is the Anastasia A23 brush. I love this brush. I actually used this brush today for my highlight, and I think it really did a great job. It's very similar to this brush, but it has a different shape. It has more of a fan brush shape. See what I mean? Even though it's not a fan brush, it is more of a fan shape than this one. This is more of like a precise brush. I really like this brush too, especially if you don't want too like intense of a highlight. This one will really just make it look beautiful and not too highlighty, if you know what I mean. This next brush, I also do use it for cream bronzing too, which is funny because I was just reading about this one that I use all the time, but this one I've been using a lot more recently because this is actually, which one is this? The Morphe and Jaclyn JH08 brush. This is what it looks like. This is actually a concealer brush, I think. Like in the collection, it was meant to be a concealer brush. But I've been using this every single day for my Chanel bronzer that I have. I love it because I'll just dip my the brush into the Chanel bronzer, and I'll just tap it around like my forehead, tap it around here, and it really just gives like a nice natural looking finish to the bronzer. It doesn't really look like muddy or cakey, and it doesn't really just look like messy at all. It really just gives it a nice precise one. Up next is my blush brush. This is the JH04 brush. This is what it looks like, just your standard blush brush, but I really like this one because I like how long this part is. I like how big it is because you can really just go right on the apples of your cheeks, and you really get a more blown out brush as opposed to like a more precise blush brush. So you know how some of them can be a little bit smaller than this. This one does give you a more like a blown out effect, and this does actually pack on the color intensely, so just be careful with it because it can make your blush go on and you can look like a clown real easily. Definitely tap off any of that excess that you do have on the brush just so you get that nice little wash of color on your cheeks. I don't like too much blush on my cheeks. I really just like a little wash of color, nothing crazy, and I really love this brush for it. It's such a good one. I've gone through millions, I feel like, of blush brushes, and all of them I was never really crazy about. Like I never really felt like they put my bronzer on great. But this one I definitely feel like, oh my god, that is so freaking annoying. But this one I definitely feel like gives me the perfect like blush application. This next brush I use for so many different things. I've been like loving it lately. This is the Real Techniques domed eyeshadow brush. This is what it looks like. I don't think they make it in this packaging anymore, but I do still believe they make this specific brush. But I have been living for this brush lately. Let me tell you why. Okay, so if I'm like doing eyeshadow, right, and I don't have my face on yet, I will use this to blend out my eyeshadow base or to blend out my concealer on my eyelid, and it really gives such a beautiful finish to it. Lately, what I've been doing before I put on my actual makeup, I've been spot concealing. So what I'll do is I'll put some concealer here, on my chin. I have like a dark spot on my cheek, so I'll put some concealer there and around my nose, and I will use this to kind of just buff it in. And especially around my nose, I find that it really pushes the just like rubbing my nose. I find that it pushes the product right into my pores, so it kind of helps, like it kind of prevents that breakage around my nose that I typically get. I love this brush so much. I also use it for powder, so if I need to set like my eyelid with the concealer or with the base or whatever, I will just tap it in some powder and just go like this right over my eye and be totally fine. I really like this. Next, this brush I use all over my face all the time. This is the Morphe M501 brush. This is what it looks like. It kind of resembles, which brush? So it kind of resembles this brush in a sense, but it just doesn't have as many bristles, and it's not as dense as this one. It's more like a flimsy one. So this one, I honestly use this for eyeshadow too. I use it like to really blend out my crease if I'm like having a hard time with it. If I'm having a hard time blending my eyeshadow, I will just use it to blend it out. Or what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll just like rub it in bronzer and I'll just like buff it all over my eye, and it really gives a nice blown out soft effect on my eye. I also use it for highlight from time to time. Not that much, but I will use it to kind of maybe clean it up. But what I love using it for, and this is kind of weird, I don't think everybody does this, but okay, so you know how when obviously you're setting your face and you set your under eyes and you get powder like on the sides of your nose, or you get like highlight on the side of your nose when you put highlight on your nose, I will take this and I will run it down the side and I will just dust off any powder. So like let's say this brush is too big to really get on the side of my nose where I'm having the powder build up, I will take this brush and just go like this. I will also use it for my nose contour if I want like a more of like a soft effect. I will just take it in the bronzer and just go like this, and then it's pretty much blended. So I really like this brush. I think you can use it for so many different things. It is a really good brush, and it looks really big to be an eyeshadow brush, but like I said, I really just get right up in there and everything is good. So I definitely recommend this brush for all of you. Last brush, well, this isn't actually a brush, this is a face tool, but not an actual brush, but whatever, you guys get it. This is the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. This is literally my go-to sponge for my face. Ever since I discovered this, I threw out all my beauty blenders, I threw out all my Morphe sponges. This is the only sponge that I use. I love it. It's just it's very soft. It doesn't leave like that, you know how some sponges can leave like that sponge spot on your face? Yeah, this doesn't do that. This is such a great sponge. I love like this part of it. So I'll use this side for my foundation and concealer. I'll use this side to put on my bake, and I'll use the bottom half to really set my face. As you can see, I have powder chilling there because I literally just finished my makeup. But that is my go-to like makeup product. I love this sponge so much. I recommend it to everybody that like needs a sponge or whatever, needs something new in their life. I'm always like, have you tried the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge? You need it in your life. It is such a freaking good sponge. I love this end too because I will just use it to clean up my contour, use it to set my face, and it's just such a good sponge, and it's so easy to clean too. I use the beauty blender, like the liquid soap one, to clean it because that's the only like soap that I trust for that kind of stuff, so I will use that to clean it. Super easy to clean, super affordable. The sponge is literally only $5. You can get it at Walmart, Walgreens, I've seen it at CVS, obviously Ulta, and of course on e.l.f.'s website. But oh, and I think Amazon has it too. I think you can find that on Amazon. But yeah, no, I love that sponge. I cannot say enough good things about it. I've been using it nonstop for about 6 months now. I want to say like 6 to 7 months. The beauty blender was just not doing it for me anymore. There's something about it where I didn't feel like I was getting that flawless application that I used to get with it. Something changed, I feel like, in like the texture of the beauty blender, and then I discovered this and I was like, whoa, there is no going back. This is $5, number one. I can get 5 of these for the price of 1 beauty blender. Yep, I'll take that. Thank you so much. My go-to face brushes, these are the ones that I use every single day. I thought I had more, but I don't. These are literally all my brushes right in front of me right now. Yeah, no, but I swear by all of these, and most of them were affordable. There was only one really expensive one, which was the Anastasia one, but all of these are Morphe ones. I love a good, affordable brush. I love an affordable anything, like an affordable makeup product. I'm all for it. As you can see, this is like my go-to sponge. But yeah, no, I love affordable things. That is like my go-to thing. Anything in life that is affordable, sign me up. But yeah, all of these brushes I swear by. They're all really, really good. They're all definitely staples in my collection. I don't know what I would do without these brushes. It's taken me a few years to get to this point where like I'm actually really content with my brush collection, because for years I used to like be shopping for different brushes and I never was able to find like my good face brushes that I really, really, really liked. And then these guys came around and literally they've changed my life. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 10 brushes here, so it's not even that much. I mean, maybe for one face it's a lot, but I feel like I'm at a good place with my brushes. We're in a good place. We're in a good relationship. We're having a good time. We're in the honeymoon stage still, you know what I mean? No, but literally, you guys, I love all of these brushes and that sponge. These are definitely go-to products. I wouldn't be talking about them if I didn't think that they were amazing. So yeah, so definitely check out these products. Definitely leave me your brush recommendations down below, even though I just said like I'm in a good place with my brushes. I'm always willing to try more. So let me know down below what you guys use every single day. If you think I need to add something to my collection, let me know, and definitely let me know if you guys use any of these brushes and what you think. So yeah, so as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see my go-to eye brushes. Let me know that down below. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe.